everybody. How are you all doing? I'm fine. I'm just here because I'm bored. Really bored. Nothing to do. Sorry that I missed out on Gang Beast. My mom said I couldn't come. Sucks. But today we are watching, Today we're watching 9 episodes of kid shows that dealt with serious issues. Let's just watch it. Ooh, maybe. Warning.
The best children's television helps kids relate to the world in a way that encourages them to think for themselves, respect others, and make sense of sometimes confused.
Respect others. Have you seen what children watch today? I bet if you walked up to my cousin and asked her what her favorite TV show is, she'd probably ask you what a TV is. And she's at the age where she should know this. Okay? And when she is on the TV, she watches some really weird stuff.
In scary world.
Yeah.
And when this last part isn't handled properly, it can have the opposite effect.
Exactly.
But when it does work, the result can transcend kids' TV and become a public service. So today, we're going over 9 episodes of kid shows that dealt with serious issues.
I bet I've seen every single one of these. Number 9.
Hey Arnold touches on parental favoritism and school bullies. Hey Arnold is fondly remembered by most children of the 90s, and while the show could have a light comic...
I loved this show when I had TV. I don't have it anymore. We need to pay that bill. Yep. So for now, I'm just watching really old, I'm talking about really old movies with my little... It's wet. I had my remote in this. It's wet. Oh, it's wet. It's really wet. Sorry. I love this show. It's good.
It isn't given nearly enough credit for delving into social issues and the inner lives of big city children. The season 4 episode Helga on the Couch tackled a hot-button issue, school bullying, with surprising sensitivity. After Helga punches a classmate in the face, she's sent for a revealing discussion with the child psychologist. Some savvier kids may have already noticed that Helga's mom is nearly always portrayed as confused and disoriented, with slurred speech, and never without a smoothie in her hand. This is a strong hint that Helga is dealing with an alcoholic parent, and her therapy session takes this notion further by revealing that Helga's parents are shamefully neglectful of her as well. In a flashback style to look like a black and white 50s sitcom, it's all familial bliss and laugh tracks as long as Helga's sister Olga is on screen. But as soon as Helga makes an appearance, the flashbacks turn to color and the laugh track falls ominously silent. In the real world, her parents' admonition not to blab about their family to some shrink and complaints about how this never would have happened with Olga only to serve to underscore the fact that Helga's aggressive attitude is a direct result of a lack of any positive attention from her parents.
Hey, who's taking me to preschool?
Yeah, in a minute, Olga.
No, I'm Helga, Dad. Helga.
Whatever. Go play outside, would you? Many children's programs have touched on bullying, but few bother to look at its root causes, and even fewer do so with such painful accuracy.
That's,
Patty Mayonnaise starves herself and Doug. It's hard not to argue that mass media shoulders some of the blame for rising incidents of teen and preteen eating disorders. That the media promotes unhealthy body images for both men and women can hardly be disputed. Yet for all of the...
just give me some time, okay? Okay, I know someone who actually does this, and we're going to go talk to him, if he's still here. He was here just a few minutes ago. I don't think he is, honestly. We'll find out. Yeah, no. He may have taken Bill for the walk. It's my dog walker person. Because my mom doesn't allow me to walk her at night, so we got this guy named Quentin who's water fasting. Where it's where you don't do anything but drink water. That's your food. You eat Don't
question
leave.
of this effect over the last several decades, very little seems to have been done to change it. The Nickelodeon series Doug, later picked up by the Disney Channel, bravely took on this issue in a season 6 episode, Doug's Chubby Buddy. In it, Doug's crush, Patty Mayonnaise, despite always being portrayed as real thin, is convinced that she is fat after becoming obsessed with a skinny teen TV star. A commercial for a diet kit, pointedly called Waste Away, gives her obsession a focus.
Hi, Lardy.
Hello.
It's a sad fact of life that none of you will ever have a 9-inch waist. But now you can try using my Waste Away diet kit.
As she begins dieting and exercising in obviously unhealthy amounts, Patty's track coach only encourages her dangerous behavior.
I'm kind of worried about Patty. She's been on this diet.
Let me tell you something funny. All athletes diet. You don't understand this because you are not an athlete. Hand me that fruit pie.
Leading up to a track meet in which Patty becomes dizzy and collapses after completing a long jump. A teacher finally intervenes, explaining to Patty and the audience at home the dangers of going too far with dieting. And throughout the episode, Patty is shown seeing unrealistically fat representations of herself in mirrors and fantasy sequences, which is probably a more accurate depiction of body dysmorphia, a psychological condition that is present in most of those with eating disorders, than has been shown on television before or since.
Miranda develops an eating disorder in Lizzie McGuire. In the early 2000s, the live-action Disney sitcom Lizzie McGuire was a helpful guide through the perils
I'm
of
sorry, I've never seen
adolescence
this
for
one.
many teens. While it only ran for 2 seasons, it made a star of Hilary Duff and still enjoys a reputation as solid programming for its audience. While the show usually dealt with garden-variety teen problems, it too took a stab at the more serious issue of eating disorders in a season 2 episode. After an impromptu photo shoot, Lizzie's best friend Miranda panics when she thinks she looks fat in the pictures. She immediately stops eating altogether and is forced to come clean to her mother after she faints while at Lizzie's house. While the rapid development and quick resolution of her disorder can be chalked up to the narrative's limitations of a half-hour sitcom, the episode takes pains to realistically portray a common factor in the development of such disorders.
I'm just wondering what Miranda sees when she looks in the mirror, because it can't be what I see when I look at her.
Miranda confesses that she has felt highly pressured by her parents and schoolwork, and that her eating was the one thing in her life that she felt able to control.
Like, all this other stuff just happens to me, but eating something I have a say in.
That's not true.
That's how it feels.
A sentiment that many watching at home were undoubtedly able to relate to.
Okay.
Raven experiences racial discrimination in That's So Raven. The Disney Channel sitcom That's So Raven, starring Cosby protege Raven Simone, was simply your standard teen comedy, if not for the fact that its title character had psychic abilities for some reason. The show wasn't known for strong social stances, but one 2005 episode took on the issue of racial discrimination in a shockingly straightforward way. When Raven and her friend Chelsea both apply for the same job, Raven nails the interview while Chelsea does not. Yet Chelsea, having the advantage of being white, ends up with the job.
What? Are you serious? I start today? You guys, I got the job.
That's what I'm talking about.
Okay, Jess, okay. Wait, no, ask her about me. Ray, I don't know how to tell you this, but, you're not getting a locker. Girl, I am not tripping on that like I could share with you. I only got 2 things. Actually, the lockers are only for the employees. Are you saying that I didn't get the job? Yeah, I'm sorry, Ray.
Oh, I thought you aced that interview, Ray.
Yeah, I thought so too. I did everything perfectly.
There's got to be some reason why you didn't get that job.
The truth is, I don't hire black people.
When Raven has one of her psychic visions of the manager saying that she doesn't hire black people, the teens devise a plan to catch her saying this on tape, passing the footage off to a news station and giving racism its just desserts.
I said, the truth is, I don't hire black people.
And there you have it. Shocking evidence of job discrimination right here in San Francisco.
While the audience watching may have learned a lesson or two, Raven Simone herself unfortunately did not. While hosting on daytime talk show The View in 2015, Raven herself said, to paraphrase, that she would not hire an applicant with stereotypically black-sounding name. That may sound bad, but the direct quote is even worse. Raven said, quote, "I'm very discriminatory against the words like the ones they were saying in those names. I'm not going to hire you if your name is Watermelondria. That's just not going to happen. I'm not going to hire you." Ouch. Amazingly, this did not result in her firing from the show, but she did leave on her own a year later.
Well, that's good.
Captain Planet teaches kids about AIDS.
Wait,
Are
what?
you telling me I've got AIDS?
No, Todd. You tested positive for the HIV virus, and that leads to AIDS, but you don't have AIDS.
In the late 1980s and early 90s, before the advent of the internet, there was far more bad information about HIV and AIDS than good, due in large part to a presidential administration that failed to address or even mention the crisis publicly until it was far too late. AIDS went from an outbreak to a full-blown epidemic in an alarmingly short time.
I'm gonna end it because it's getting kind of long. It's 7 o'clock and I want to sleep with a good person. So, yeah, but I can just do this for a little bit. I want you to go subscribe, not surprise, subscribe to this person. She's my best friend, and we just love to watch ducks. Ha ha ha! What duck? What funny duck things? Ducks do crazy things, guys. Crazy things. This is like the one she wants to redo. It's still good. Still good. And it took her like 3 weeks to do this. She wouldn't talk because she took so long. Because she was always busy doing this. Why couldn't she have just put, like, why couldn't she have just been, or I thought she acted with the ducks. Another person who you should... No, wait, what did I click? There we go. You should also do this because she's great. Great.
Who's that Pokemon? It's Pikachu!
Just, isn't that just great? Seeing a dog yell at a screen. So I want you to go, like, just enjoy their videos and subscribe to them because they're great. They're great people. People. And furries. But that's not any of our business. I hope you enjoyed. Goodbye.